this example, we're asked to graph linear inequalities. Here, this given equation is in standard form. Recall, standard form is where x is first, then y, and your constant is on the other side of the equation. When the equation is in this form, using the x and y intercepts is a very quick method that you can use to get your points so that you can plot your ordered pairs and graph your line. So let's go ahead and do that. Using the x and y intercepts mean let x be 0, then do it again, let y be 0. So let's go ahead and begin by letting x be 0. When we let x be 0, we're going to solve for y, and I can clearly see that y is going to be -3 because anytime your variable is a negative, your answer is the very opposite because you have to either multiply both sides by -1 or divide both sides by -1. The bottom line, y equals -3. So my ordered pair would be 0, 3, because plugging in a 0, I get a -3 for an output. Now all I need to do is do that one more time, but this time let's leave x alone and let's let y be 0 so that we can get our ordered pair. So letting y be 0, it's going to look like so. That's going to leave me with 3x equals 3. Last step to solving this is to divide by 3 and x equals 1. So my ordered pair, be careful with the ordered pair, don't transpose them. In x's place you should have a 1, and in y's place, because you plugged in a 0 for y, you're going to have a 0 in y's place. So your ordered pair is 1, 0. Now recall, you only need 2 points to plot a line, so we can go ahead and begin to plot these points so that we can sketch our line. So the first one is going to be 0 and down 3. The other point is over 1 and stay at 0. Line your ruler up and draw your line. And what type of line are we going to sketch? Well, notice we have less than or equal to. Anytime you see that line underneath it, you're going to sketch a solid line. And now that we have our line, we need to determine, are we going to shade the left part of that line or the right part of the line, which is the lower region. So the upper or lower region, well, you can use the test point method, and it will easily determine which side you would shade. So let's do that on another sheet of paper there. Let's move on to the side. There you have it. Okay, let's go ahead and plug in that test point of 0, 0. We want to know that if we get a true, that means we're going to shade the left hand or the upper region. And if we get a false, we're going to shade the right hand or the lower region. So let's go ahead and plug in a 0 for x and a 0 for y. Once we get it to where there's one number on the left side and one number on the right side, we can read the statement here that 0 is less than or equal to 3. Well, we know that 0 is not equal to 3. 0 is not the same as 3, but it is less than 3. The thing with inequalities is it's never both. It's saying that it's one or the other. It's saying that 0 is less than 3 or that 0 is the same as 3. Well, one of them is true. As long as one of them is true, then that statement can be used. It is a true fact that 0 is less than 3, so that was the region over where the test point is. So that means that we are going to go ahead and shade that region because that is our true side where our solution lies. And there you have it.